DEAD by then. So
No,
let's
he's
set the
not. No,
YouTube
he's
stream. As
not.
I go on YouTube, make
What's
sure
the
to hit the
argument
thumbs
for
up,
that?
hit that subscribe as you guys are starting to join up in. If you're on TikTok, double tap that phone screen, repost the live, share the live, do all the wonderful things. We have Bat over here on the live stream, supports Trump 2028, Trump 2032, all the above is what he claims. I have a question for you. Why do you support someone who's violated the fundamental value of America, aka the Constitution?
He hasn't. He's made America.
Yeah, he has. He
great again.
violated the Appropriations Clause, the Monuments Clause, the Elections Clause, the Declare War Clause, the Taxations Clause, the Take Care Clause, the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth
But-
Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, 10th Amendment,
but-
14th Amendment, and
wait.
possibly the 22nd Amendment.
But Biden-
We can go point by point, but
But Biden,
why do you support him?
Biden, because Biden is such a bad guy, and Trump is such a
Yeah,
good guy.
Biden's a bad guy.
Biden's such a bad guy.
Yeah, you get two more Bidenisms. So why do you support Trump, even though he's attacking the Constitution?
Because he's Chad. That's the first thing.
He's Chad.
He's Chad.
I'm sure you're also like a Hulu supporter, right? A Hollow supporter.
No, definitely.
No. You cut off your support for people when they rape 6-year-old children, but you support someone who rapes women, right? Yeah, you're cut off his children, but it's okay if men rape women, right?
Trump never raped anybody.
Yeah, Eugene Carroll.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. You didn't want to talk about the Constitution
Wait,
because
what
you
makes you
are
think that?
dumb. So yeah, the civil court determined that.
Really? Would you let O.J. Simpson babysit your children since he's innocent?
What?
O.J. Simpson's innocent. Would you let him babysit? your
You think
children?
O.J. Simpson? You think O.J. Simpson's innocent?
Well, that's what the jury determined, and you just said
the
jury determined that Trump
the
is
criminal court,
guilty,
sure, but the
therefore
civil
Trump
court,
is
he was
guilty.
found liable. He was found liable.
Okay,
I'm not
so
sure exactly
Trump,
for what,
wait,
but
Trump
what does
is
O.J.
guilty
Simpson?
Because
Hold on. What does O.J. Simpson have to do with Trump being held liable for?
because when I
raping
asked you
Eugene
why
Carroll?
is Trump guilty, you said, "Oh, because the jury came to the verdict that Trump
Yes.
is guilty."
Yes.
Okay, so because of that, now we can just use the same logic and say that, all right,
He was held
O.J.
liable.
Simpson
O.J.
is
Simpson was
innocent
held
because
liable
The jury
too.
came to the verdict that O.J.
Hold on,
Simpson is
that's all right.
innocent.
O.J. Simpson was held liable.
No, he was actually innocent. He didn't unalive Ron Goldman and Nicole, whatever.
That's according to the criminal case, but O.J. Simpson was held liable in a civil case. I'm not sure exactly for what.
The point is, Buddy
On
did not
February
go to
4th,
the-
1997, the San Monica, California civil jury unanimously found O.J. Simpson liable for the wrongful deaths of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald
Wrongful?
Goldman.
All right. So he was actually not guilty for.
He was found liable, and found liable
then-
just means
yeah,
to
but
be
then when it
found
was-
responsible
It
for.
went to trial.
In a civil court, he was found responsible for.
Okay, but then it went to trial, and he was innocent because he didn't do it.
Okay, no, according to this civil court case, that's not true. What does that have anything to do with Trump? Stop pivoting. That's called Bidenism. You have one more
no.
person to pivot to.
I'm not a Bidenist, first of all. I'm actually
No,
anti-Bidenist.
you're doing a logical fallacy called Bidenism. You said when I addressed the
I've
Constitution,
never heard of that
you
logical
said,
fallacy.
"Yeah, I'll
Can
explain
you
it
tell
to
me
you."
more
So
about
when
it?
I talked about the Constitution, your first thing was Biden, right? That's called Bidenism. Whenever you use Biden, Obama, or Bill Clinton, or anyone else to pivot away from Donald Trump, that's what's called Bidenism, right? It's a logical fallacy. So you already did it with Biden. Now you're doing it with O.J. Simpson. You have one more person to do the logical fallacy, Bidenism. So make sure to address all the points that I made. We can talk about the Constitution. We can talk about the rape case. But the fact is, everything that I said, it has been true so far. And you have just been spewing nonsense. Go ahead, take it away, respond.
Yeah, so I think that he's done some good things, especially because he affirms that trans women are not women.
I already cooked you on that. We're not talking about that. Next point.
Well, I slammed you on that. An abortion, I guess.
We're not talking about abortion. Are you a man?
Yeah, I am a man.
Cool. I'm also a man on this stream. If two men are debating, we're not going to be debating abortion.
Wait, why can't men
s-
talk about abortion?
Yeah, that's just the rule on my stream. If
I
you
know, but
want to
can
talk
tell me-
about
can you just tell me
abortion,
why men can't, like men
because it's
specifically?
my stream and I can choose to do whatever I want on my stream.
Well, you don't want to answer the question because you know I'm going to cook you.
No, I can choose to talk about what I want to talk about on my stream. One of the boundaries
Wait.
that I uphold typically is going to be that I don't debate abortion because I cannot give birth. Okay?
Oh, so men cannot give birth.
I cannot give birth, buddy.
No, but you said two men cannot. You said you'd be
said
fine
I
talking
cannot
about it
give
to
birth.
another woman, right? But you said I'm not going to talk about it with another man.
Yeah, I said
And then
typically, yes.
the reason why
typically.
is because they cannot give birth. So trans men are not men.
Keyword
If trans men
typically.
can give birth. Men cannot
Keyword
give
typically.
birth. Conclusion: trans men are not men. Boom, cooked. You got absolutely baked. You got smoked, buddy.
That was a good one, but you fumbled because keyword. I said typically. I typically do not do this action, right? I said I typically do not debate abortion with men. That's what I said. Keyword typically, because there are some exceptions. There are some exceptions to the rule, but I typically do not debate abortion with men. So nice one
Wait.
there, but you fumbled the whole point
What's
because
the
you missed
difference
that one
between a
keyword.
trans man and a
typically.
man?
We're not talking. I already cooked you on the trans topic weeks ago,
What's
buddy.
the
You got
difference?
absolutely destroyed. So if you want to talk about abortion, I can give you my points on abortion that have nothing to do with the actual process. More so the fact the economic issues, right? If you want to reduce the amount of abortions, you should have social safety nets, aka liberalism or progressivism, in place so that new moms are capable of going through with the pregnancy. Because when you see most of these abortions happen because of financial insecurities. So if you want to reduce the amount of abortions, you want to have better financial social safety nets for these women, and you'll see a decrease in amount of abortions. Also, you claim that you support Donald Trump because of abortions, because you're pro-life. That contradicts the fact that 14 million people, 4.5 million of them being children, are going to die all throughout the world because Donald Trump defunded USAID. That contradicts the fact that Donald Trump and the U.S. military bombed and killed 164 schoolgirls in Iran. That contradicts all of these different points. 50,000 U.S. Citizens that died due to the lack of access to healthcare, right? That contradicts all of these points. You're not pro-life.
Let's
You're
take it one
pro-controlling
step at a
women.
time. So when you say that, all right, well, this child is going to grow up in poverty or whatever, and you say that a mother does not have the financial means to support their child, therefore, the best case of action would be for this mother to get an abortion. Now, I want to ask you this. Do you think that if this child was born and is living, a malnourished life, a life, of poverty, it would have been better for this mother to get the abortion?
You didn't understand anything I said. I'm not going to debate abortion with you. I told you.
So if it is okay if it is the case that they should have gotten the abortion, do you think
My
that
point is, do
all
you want to
children
decrease
who live in a
abortions?
poverty household,
Do you want to decrease abortions? Yes or no?
do I want to decrease them? Yeah, I would like to decrease
Can you
the
agree
number
that
of
most
abortions.
abortions happen because of financial insecurities? Yes or no?
That's what's said, yeah.
Cool. So if you want to decrease abortions, and most abortions happen due to financial insecurities, it is the case to decrease abortions, you have to attack it at the core issue, which is to implement social safety nets to help these new moms
no,
so
I
that
don't
they don't
think-
have that financial insecurity.
Okay,
Thank you
no.
for conceding to my
I don't
point.
think
Have a great
financial
day.
Well,
You are
no.
DUMB. Get out of my live stream. I've cooked you like 3 different times. Moving on to the next. Yes, I brought him up to just troll and mess with him. Quite frankly, bro ran. Actually, no, you conceded. W concession. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
No, but I have a question.
Wait, how old are you?
Maybe a little younger, but I actually do have a genuine question.
You have
Why
10
do
seconds.
okay, so why, knowing what Trump did, why do they still support him?
It's gonna be a great question. It's gonna be because of the misinformation and propaganda that was spread throughout the campaign, such as this individual that hates trans people, right? And they spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on propaganda, specifically on immigrants and specifically on trans people, right? And that's why you have people like Bat Illogical saying that he hates trans people, he hates women, blah blah blah, all this stuff. But another thing is that it's a cult, right? When you realize that it's a cult, then you realize that's why they support him no matter what he does, right? Even Christians who think blasphemy is an unforgivable sin, and then he depicts himself as Jesus Christ, and they don't stop supporting him. It's because it's a cult. That's simple as way I can tell you. Anyways, YouTube, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe as you guys are starting to join up in here. Make sure you guys join up in the guest box if you support Trump, if you think men are better at leading than women, if you think being wrong is gay. Join up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you, love to have a debate with you, love to have a conversation with you. There's 80 people in here. And so far, how many followers have we had? We had 2 new followers. So make sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already. Let's try to get to 10.5 thousand likes. What has Biden done? I don't care about Biden. I could honestly care less about him, quite frankly. I don't care about Biden. Very irrelevant person right now. I want to debate on how Trump is violating the Constitution, man. If you guys support Trump or think men are better at leading than women, or you think being gay is wrong, join up in the guest box, man. Join up in the guest box. My day's been pretty good. Hold on, let me pull up the YouTube chat. Fuck. Up? You have to request, buddy. Can't just say up. That's not you gotta request. I can't send you an invite. Damn, I have no moderators in here. Avoiding valid questions? I'm not paying attention to the chat. If people have questions for me, I mean, come up and debate me. If you think they're valid questions, come up and debate me. But I'm not reading the chat. And if I do read the chat, it's because I think it's an interesting question and I think it's worth answering or addressing. And not an op, though. Let's see what this person has to offer.
525,000 moments.
Hello.
You have a music playing. You want to turn off that music? I put you on mute. I thought you were a troll, but yeah, if you want to pause that music for me, I would love to have a conversation with you. And you got to be in the app for me to hear you as well. Make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen. Let's see. I sent you an invite to unmute. All you got to click is accept. How's it going, man?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Where are you from?
New York.
New York. Do you consider yourself a patriot?
Patriot, such as for America, of course.
Yeah, an American patriot, of course.
I was born in Brooklyn. I'm for Trump. Trump is a person who's like, he's a boss. He's a leader. We had Joe Biden here, was basically an empty suit, and everybody else was running the country. It was a free for all. Nobody respected us. He's a little bit.
Of course. I completely agree with you there. Definitely, Biden was not running the country. It was a free-for-all. No one respected us. But you said you're an American patriot, right? You are an American patriot. Would you agree that an American patriot upholds and defends the American Constitution, yes?
Yes.
Cool. What if I told you that Donald Trump has violated 5 different clauses of the Constitution and at least 7 different amendments of the Constitution? Would you still support him?
You got to go into detail.
Well, of course. Looks like you have that MAGA mobile.
You'll keep in mind that was made many years ago. I mean, they don't take in consideration, same sex and a lot of things.
Right, of course. But let's talk about it. He said let's go into detail. So first, I'll name off the things that he has violated in the Constitution. It might seem like a lot, but we'll go point by point. First off, the Appropriations Clause. The Elections Clause, the Declare Wars Clause, the Take Care Clause, the Taxation Clause, the Monuments Clause. He's violated the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, 10th Amendment, and the 14th Amendment, and possibly the 22nd Amendment if he decides to run for a third term. Which point would you like to start on?
Well, what about Bloomberg? New York City. Where are you?
In Arizona. I don't really know much about New York City.
Okay, well, Bloomberg, you have Michael Bloomberg. He ran for an extra term and had them amend the law to cater to him, so he was able to do 3 turns. And
right.
this
the point is here, the Constitution says the president can run for 2 terms, and they cannot run as vice president if they cannot run as president, which means that, yes, it would have to get amended, but obviously that will never get amended, ever. But that's why I said possibly, right? So I don't want to focus on the 22nd Amendment because that's a possible violation. It has not been violated yet. I want to focus on the 5 different clauses and the multiple other amendments that he has violated. Do you want to start with the first clauses? The Election Clause. Do you know what the Election Clause is?
Give me the details.
Yeah, I got you. So the Election Clause, I can give you the exact one. The Election Clause gives states the power to run congressional elections, but Congress can change or regulate those rules found in Article 1, Section 4 of the Constitution. So that is the Election Clause.
A lot of stuff is old and outdated. Trump's a person who's an achiever. Come on, we're living in different times. We got, the Chinese are way out of line. They're dangerous with their robots. I mean, there's a lot going on. Well, you put.
What does that have to do with him violating the Elections Clause?
Listen, everything's up for grabs these days. I know you're a young kid and all, but this is 2026. Times are changing. If you don't realize it, the whole world's being remapped. We're going to take over Cuba, or at least make it Americanized, and we should. They're on our back door. You got China, who's a devil. You can't trust China. I mean, they They use.
What would
they
make
got
you stop
puppeteers
supporting
like-
Trump? Because you said if Donald Trump violated the Constitution in multiple different ways, you would not support him. I was able to name all the reasons as to how he violated. Obviously, we didn't go into details. I tried to go into details, but you pivoted to China. So it looks like that's not a reason to stop supporting Trump. So what is one reason that would make you stop supporting Trump? Give me one reason.
Who do you think is a better candidate than Trump?
In terms of literally anyone, I'm pretty sure you would be a better candidate.
Oh, come on, be realistic.
No, I'm serious.
I
I'm
don't-
being
I don't
realistic. In
see-
terms of the
I don't
2024
see a
election, Harris was
Democrat.
definitely better. Harris was better. 100%.
Oh my God!
But
She
that's not
gave
the answer to my
money
question. My
to
question is,
Beyonce.
what would make you
He
stop
gave money
supporting
to
for Trump?
Beyonce for fake support.
It's not Beyonce. It was Megan Thee Stallion. But okay.
Yeah, it was fake support. I mean, it was such a joke.
No,
She was-
Megan Thee Stallion is amazing.
She has
right?
no achievements.
Okay, what about Donald Trump going to Nick Fuentes, Aiden Ross, Logan Paul? These red pill influencers.
Listen, the first time out, Donald Trump had a hard time. He had a lot of traitors on his side. He learned a lot. He was much.
What does that
better.
have to do? The question
Yeah.
I asked you is, what would make you stop supporting him? What is
Look how
one thing that
was
he could
set
do?
up. Do you know he was? How many times was the guy set up in so many different states? He was set up in New York State,
No,
all
he wasn't.
because he was. He
The
went.
34
he had
felonies,
his-
those were valid felonies.
Yeah,
The rape case,
I'll
valid.
give you valid. Yeah, I know you're too young to know about this stuff, but honestly, he was set up. All he did in Westchester County was dispute his taxes. It's very common.
No, that's not what he did. He misclassified business records, predicate with
No.
another crime. He misclassified
Listen,
the money that
Chase
he sent to
Bank.
Stormy Daniels.
Chase Bank gone ahead and says we would lend them the
He was
money
also sued in
again.
the 1970s for not renting to black people. It turns out the fact that whatever the government got involved and they sent a white person and a person of color, the white person
Nobody
would get
wanted
approved.
to rent to
The
black
white,
people
the
in
white, the white person
70s.
would get approved. The person of color would not get approved. In fact, they would put a C on the paperwork that they gave, implicating or implying colored. So he was sued for that, right? But then he settled. He
You
was also
weren't here in
sued
the
for, he was sued
70s,
for
so you don't know
defamation and
much
sexual
about it.
abuse. He's violated gag
Everybody-
orders. He violates the law and he violates
You
the
know,
Constitution.
What's the old story? You can indict a hamburger, right? And anything can be indicted.
Okay,
It doesn't
but what's
mean
the
anything.
reasonable doubt? Again, so in order for you to say this is like false, he was this was an attack on him. What is the reasonable doubt?
You had here's the woman in that fancy department store. She comes out of the closet 30 years later
Yeah.
and claims that he sexually assaulted her,
Yes.
which is the biggest bunch of bullshit.
That's not
30
bullshit.
years,
But what's
he
the
waited-
reasonable doubt? You're just telling me the story.
Listen,
What is
well,
the
let me
reasonable
finish it.
doubt?
He waited 30 years to bring her
Okay, do you
so-called
realize some
story.
hold on? Do
to
you realize some
surface.
people don't even come out? You do know most victims don't even come out. They don't even come out. Why? It's because of people like you
30
who don't believe
years
victims.
later?
It's because of the
No.
social. It's because of the social implications of when a victim comes out. You guys
listen,
blame the victims. What was she
I
wearing?
can
What was she doing?
see-
Why was she there?
I can see if you're a boy or a girl underage with a priest or something, and you were underage. She wasn't underage. She
It was
could've
still
came out at
rape.
any time.
It was still rape. What? It doesn't
Listen,
matter if they were
It
underage.
took her
It was
30
still
years
rape.
and waited till he got to the White
Yes.
House.
Do you know why it took her 30 years?
Because she was just looking to screw him up. That's why.
No.
With the
So first off,
Democrats
there's a
were
couple different
behind
points
it.
here. If someone rapes someone, that
30
person who got
years
raped.
later?
Hold on. If someone rapes someone and the person who raped the other person runs for office, the person who got raped would most likely want to tell the whole world, like, hey, this man that's about to become the most powerful man in planet Earth raped me.
No.
Don't elect him. That's actually valid. First point. Second point. The reason why she waited 20 years is because of her parents. She didn't want her parents and her family to be dragged through the mud of people saying she's lying. She didn't get raped. Blah blah blah. This and that. Just how you're
He's
doing on this
always
live
been
stream.
a public figure.
But the implications of
He's
her
always
saying
been
that
a
she got
public
raped
figure.
would be coming from the society as a whole, condemning her instead of the rapist. And then you said children. Sure, he sexually exploited children. He admitted to this in 2005.
I never heard
Yeah,
that
you've never
one.
heard that one. Let me play it to you.
No, I mean, some of these foreign girls, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
Well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now, tell
Well,
me
I'll
what-
tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women, and so I sort of get away with things like that.
So there, not only did he admit to sexually exploiting women, but we also have victim testimonies of Maria Belgado, who was 18 at the time, and Miss Teen USA, who said that there were some girls as young as 14, 15, and 16 years old. The victim testimonies corroborate his admission of guilt.
That's a serious accusation. It needs to be backed up and proven. It
He
can't be
admitted
just
to it. Wait,
talked
hold on.
about.
What's more proof than victims
No, he
coming
said-
forward and him
he said
admitting to it?
18 is
What more
legal.
do you want?
18 is legal, and these people are show
Okay,
people.
Even
This is
even
what they
if
do.
even if 18 is
showing
legal,
off.
quote unquote. Hold on. Even if 18 is legal, first off, it's weird for a 50-year-old to be looking at a 18-year-old naked. I personally find that morally wrong. Sure, it's legal, but they did not consent to this, so it is still sexual exploitation. They could have been 50 years old. If Donald
They
Trump
did
walked back
consent
there,
to it.
they
You're gonna
did
tell
not
me
consent.
Yes, they did, because if they're in the back and they're being a public figure, they're going
No,
on
they
the
are in the
show.
back in a private women's dressing room where no men are around.
You're using a double standard because it's Donald Trump. You
If
gotta be
anyone
fair.
walks into a private woman's or man's dressing room and they're not a man or a woman, and they go in there and abuse their position of power by saying they're inspecting the place, and then they watch the quote beautiful naked bodies of said people, and then they say
You
they get
weren't
away with
there
things
and I
like that,
wasn't
it's
there.
not double
You
standard.
can't
Anyone who
talk
does
into
that is
great
sexually
detail.
exploiting them.
You're talking into detail as if you or I were there. I mean,
We look at
can't-
what he's saying. We don't need to be there. He described what he did verbatim.
He's saying that he goes behind. That's common and customary. Where
No, it's not common
management-
for a man
Yes,
to
it
go into
is.
a. Have you gone into a woman's
Because
dressing room?
Managed people, yes. Do you think the performers on Broadway that stage management isn't going back there in the dressing room? What do
You've
you
gone
really
to a
live in
woman's.
a
Hold on,
fancy land?
hold on. You've been inside a woman's dressing room.
I mean,
There.
and today guys walk around in their boxes and answer their front door. It's like it's not as crucial as Yeah.
It's still if a man goes into a woman's only space and watches them while they're naked, that is sexual exploitation. It's
No,
as
he
simple
said
as that.
He didn't say he can go there and watch them. He says he goes backstage
Pageant,
because
it's your
he's
obligation
management.
to do that.
So you have done that. Now, tell
Well,
me
I'll
what-
tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're
But
standing
he's-
there with no
when he
clothes.
says
Is
he's
everybody okay? And you see
inspecting
these
Maybe
incredible
he wants
looking
to
women.
make sure that these are performers that are going to perform
That
in his
that
show.
is the reason. So, what makes it sexual exploitation is because he abused his position of power. He said because he's the owner of these pageants, he has to inspect these places. That is an abuse of position of power. Okay, he said he inspects it. This is Howard Stern in 2005.
No,
he said
now
that they
you're
were
going
naked and
into
had
a
no
gray
clothes on.
area.
And then hold on, if he was doing
You're
his job
giving
and
your
just
own
hold on,
interpretation.
if he was doing his job and just inspecting the quote dressing rooms, why would he be getting away with it? What would he be getting away with if he were doing his job? Because typically when someone says they got away with something, it's typically something negative or so they did something wrong. Example, if I say I got away with stealing a cookie, I got away with doing something bad, aka stealing the cookie, right? In this
You're
instance, he said he
assuming-
gets away
you
with
know
it.
what happens when you assume, right?
But he said himself he gets away with doing things like that. In
He
previous,
gets away with a
what
lot of
things?
stuff. That doesn't mean it's detrimental. It's unlawful.
No, it is. It's sexual exploitation because he abused his position of
No, I
power
don't
to
agree
get
with
away
that
with
at
things
all.
like that.
Absolutely not. You're saying because he goes back to the
Into a dressing room.
to the dressing room, where
Women's
the
only dressing
showgirls
room.
are, and they're getting ready to perform, and he's management, and he goes back and he's talking to them. That's somewhat it's unacceptable. I don't agree with that because
It's
he's
sexual
going back there.
exploitation. Let me
Listen,
give you a
when he's-
hypothetical. Let me.
One
Are you
second,
married?
When they sign up for the
Hold on,
job,
hold on.
they know that it's
Okay, sure. Provide me proof that they consented and they signed a document saying that Donald Trump, the owner of the pageant, could walk backstage into a women's only dressing room. You made the claim that they know what they're signing up for, right? So if Donald Trump did this, provide me the document that they signed. Go ahead.
You're gonna
They
tell
didn't
me
sign
that
any
it's
document
not
for that.
common and customary.
Let me ask you an analogy. Let me perform an analogy. Do you have a loved one? Are you married?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's say your partner was at Kohl's, right? They were in the dressing room at Kohl's. Under your worldview, let's say the owner of Kohl's walks in. It is justified to walk into the dressing room while your partner is getting changed and naked
Yes.
because they own the dressing room, right? And because your partner knew what they were getting into when they walked into the dressing room, right?
Reason being, it's not a good analogy. Reason being is that these people are performers. You got to take
performing. They consent to. Hold on. They consent to performing. They consent to performing. But when they are in a private women's only dressing room, they are not performing. Do you see the difference? We're not talking about the performance. We're talking about in the dressing room. So the analogy is absolutely valid. Both scenarios, the women are in the dressing rooms. Both scenarios, the owner walks into the dressing rooms. And in both scenarios, you should think it's okay.
Dressing room. Those are open areas.
It's a private women's dressing room. Hold on. If it was open air, hold on. He said there were no men around. If it was an open area, why weren't there men around? Typically, it's expected for men to be around backstage, right? So if it was a general backstage area, why were there no men around? Like for the cameras, right? For the cameras, I get the back
There won't be
POV.
a camera maybe back there.
But he said there were no men around. He said that himself. He said there were no men around. That's how we know it was a private women's dressing room.
I don't know if it's a private women's dressing room.
He said there were no men. I can play it.
Backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting
Those
dressed and
areas.
ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in. Everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And, no men are
Doesn't
anywhere.
surprise me.
And, no
He's
men
the
are
owner.
anywhere.
I mean,
Oh,
I
he's
used
the
to
owner,
go
right?
to the Trump Marina. And
Wait. So why is it justified for him to go
like the Trump
backstage?
Marina, the whole
Hold on. Why is it justified for him to go backstage into a dressing room? Why?
because he wants to see who's going to be entertaining.
That's not a justification to go in a private women's dressing room. Let's say that as justification. In the same analogy, the owner of Kohl's walks into your partner because they want to see who's in the dressing room, to see who's in the store. Therefore, you're okay with the owner of Kohl's walking into your partner.
Kohl's, it's stockholders.
But therefore, under your worldview, you think it's okay for the owner of Kohl's to walk into your partner's dressing room while they're changing to make sure the owner knows who's in the store, right? Right. That's the same analogy, right? You think you think the owner of Kohl's can walk into your partner's dressing room to make sure the owner knows who's in the store.
Kohl's is stockholders. It's not an individual.
Okay,
and Donald Trump is he's like the manager of a Broadway show. He goes
he's
back.
The owner of the
wants to
pageants.
Who's going to see? Who's going to be performing? Just like he has TV shows.
Hold on,
He has
they
the right
do that
to
in
go
the
back
general
there.
backstage
And
area.
I'm sure
Hold
if
on,
it was
hold on.
unacceptable, you could open your mouth and say, "Get the hell out of my room." But
They do that. No, they do
chances
that.
are they didn't say anything.
They did.
And now, since he made it to the White House, now people want to say stuff. But talk is cheap. People try to shoot him down all day long, but I'm glad we have him in the White House.
Let's hear from pro-Trump victims. Let's hear from the testimonies of the victims.
Strolling right in. There was no second to put a robe on or any sort of clothing or anything. Some girls were topless, other girls were naked.
As Miss Arizona 2001, Tasha Dixon competed in the Miss USA pageant. Donald Trump owned the contest along with Miss Universe and Miss Teen USA for 19 years.
Our first introduction to him was when we were at the dress rehearsal and half naked, changing into our bikinis. To have the owner come waltzing in when we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position, and then to have the pressure of the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him.
And Dixon has
on the pageant for the reason to utilize his power to get, around beautiful women
Dixon, who lives in West,
There's no one to complain to. Everyone there works for him.
the year she competed, the theme was empowering women.
I miss Arizona, so I veer more on the conservative side. But I just like to choose what's right.
Dixon tells me testament from the state asked women to come and press
All right,
Mr. Trump.
now
as
we're
someone
talking
very
about
cringe
this.
on-
This victim is a hold on. So what we know is this victim is a conservative who says Donald Trump
Okay,
abused his
and
position of power
when
to
was
walk
this
backstage
done?
before
What
a
year?
show.
What
One
year?
more time.
What year was this alleged?
2001.
So you're talking 20-something years ago. When did she decide to surface?
It's still wrong.
with
It's
the
still
story?
hold on. It doesn't matter when.
No, but I'm just saying, no, come on. We have to, sometimes you got to look through the smoke and you got to see what you think is right or wrong. People got motives for everything. People do things for a reason. Another
But
storyteller.
hold on.
for
She's a
25
conservative, and
years.
Donald Trump admitted to this. Donald Trump admitted
I
to
don't
exactly
doubt
what the
it, but I
victim
don't think there's
said.
anything wrong with it.
You're delusional.
25
You are
years later.
delusional. You're saying they have motives. You're saying they wanted money. They wanted more. They wanted
No, they're not
to be
gonna get
known.
his money.
They,
He's not giving them
they
to him
didn't have a
anyway.
motive. The motive of coming out was to corroborate what Donald Trump admitted to. He admitted to doing this.
Because he doesn't
it's not
feel
that
there's
hard.
anything wrong with it, and neither do I.
Hold on. There's nothing wrong with sexually exploiting women and children.
It's your interpretation.
What is sexual? Can you agree? Sexual exploitation is an attempted or
That's
actual
not the
abuse of. Hold on.
definition of sexual
Can you
exploitation.
agree that sexual exploitation is any actual attempted or attempted abuse of position of power for sexual gratification? Can you agree with that? Yes.
In his case,
No, we're not
it's
talking about him.
abuse
In
of
general,
power.
in general, is sexual exploitation any actual or attempted abuse of
It's not
position
a
of vulnerability, power,
it's-
or trust for sexual gratification? Can you agree with that?
Each case is done on its own
No,
merits.
I'm asking you for the definition of sexual exploitation. Can you agree with the definition I provided you?
It's
Yes or
not
no?
black and white.
Dude, why are you licking the boots of someone who's a sexual exploiter? Genuinely. Do you have children?
I have children.
What if
you
Donald Trump did this to your children? How would you feel?
First of all, if your daughter's working a Broadway show and she decides that she's going to accept this to be an acceptable
No,
daily
they don't think it's.
occurrence.
Hold on. She herself, the victim herself said that's disgusting. First of all, you're blaming the victim. You're the victim herself, who's a conservative,
not
said.
blaming her.
Hold on.
I'm just
The
saying,
victim. Hold on.
she
The
made it
victim
acceptable.
herself. The
You know-
victim herself said that they did not approve of this. They did not consent to this. Okay, what they consented
Okay,
to was being
all right,
viewed
then
by the general public when they would
Well,
perform.
I wanna say
not
something.
backstage in a private dressing room. That's
can I
disgusting. What
say
if it was your
something?
daughter?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
If in fact you're not opposed to it, you're condoling it.
What? I am opposed to all type
If-
of sexual exploitation.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm just
including
saying
this
that
one.
if the person does not oppose it,
They
they
did.
condone it.
We can hear the victims say they oppose this. They were vulnerable. They opposed this, but they couldn't talk to anyone because it was all people who worked for
did not
Trump.
oppose it. They took 25 years to wait till he got to the White House.
The victim explained why they took so long to come forward.
They consented to it. You gotta listen. When in fact,
Hold on, you think they consented
case
to it?
speaks
Hold on,
for
hold on,
itself.
hold on. Do you think they
They
consented to it? Yes or
consent to
no?
it by doing nothing. I'm live on TikTok.
Wow. You just said they consented.
When
by
you
doing
don't
hold on,
oppose it,
hold on, hold
when
on,
you don't
hold on.
oppose it,
You just said they consented by doing nothing. They consented because they didn't oppose it. That is quite literally blaming the victim, and I'll just put it in a different scenario. Let's say someone gets raped, right? They didn't consent to it. They don't oppose it, right? They are in a state of shock, right? They cannot move. They're in a state of shock, so they cannot oppose it. They physically cannot oppose it. Their body is in a state of shock, a temporary state of shock, so they cannot oppose it. What you're saying is that victim who didn't oppose it, quote unquote, because they were in a state of shock, isn't really a victim, and they actually consented to it. No. You don't understand consent. You are what men should not be. You do not understand consent. You do not know what consent means. You do not know what it means to have consent. You do not understand that. You need to deconstruct your worldview and acknowledge that if someone doesn't oppose it, that doesn't mean that they didn't get raped. Like I said, a state of shock. You have to deconstruct your view and acknowledge, understand what consent is. You have to understand what consent is and how it can be given. But you are just such a bad person. You don't even want to educate yourself on what consent is. Instead, you bootlick a person, bootlick Donald Trump, and say that it was a victim's fault because they didn't oppose it. It was a victim's fault because they didn't come forward about it. What about the millions of other victims of rape that don't come forward about it? What about the millions of victims that get into a state of shock and they cannot do anything about it because they're in that state of shock? In accordance with your worldview, they're not victims. In accordance with your view, they consented to that. And you are what's wrong with society. You are what allows people like Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein, Eric Swalwell, Hollow. You and people like you, part of the red pill community, whether you're on the younger side or older side, you guys don't understand what consent means. No man understands what consent means, including myself. Okay? Men are the issue, and we can see exactly that, because if men weren't the issue, if women were the issue, women were going on and raping people, you know what would happen in every corner of the street? This solution, this epidemic would have been solved. There would have been a specific designated spot in every corner of the street to solve men from getting raped. But because it's women, they don't care. It's every single man that doesn't understand consent. You have to deconstruct your view. As a man, you have to deconstruct your view. Understand what consent is, understand how consent can be given, and only then will you understand what consent is. Until then, you're going to uphold these horrific views where you blame millions of victims of rape. That being said, I'm going to disconnect you because that is the most insane position to say. Because they didn't oppose it, because they didn't say no, because they didn't come out, it is their fault. And I don't want to talk to someone like that. Moving on to the next guest. And I lost my thingy. Fuck, how's it going? Let's see. Okay, they're not connecting. If you guys support Trump, join up in the guest box. I'm going to have to restart here. Men are not the issue, Glenn Maxwell. I didn't say women don't go around raping people. Women rape people, yes. But we can see in the statistics, it is majority men who commit violent crimes, i.e. rape. Let's take example, the rape site that was found by CNN. If it were women on that raping their husbands, epidemic would have been solved. I'm not saying women can't rape. Women do rape, but it is majority men. Men don't understand what consent is. That's why they have the highest stats for raping people. Whether it be raping other men or whether it be raping women, CP. It's men. They're the issue. It's men like him that don't understand what consent is, don't deconstruct their view. And that's just brutally honest. And if that hurts, right? If you, as a man, if it hurts you when I say that you don't understand what consent is, you are the issue. It shouldn't hurt you as a man to acknowledge that, yes, it's all men until it's no men. It shouldn't hurt you. It shouldn't make you feel bad. You just need to understand what consent is, deconstruct your worldview. It's that simple. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
No, but I do support fucking dudes because I fuck a lot of dudes, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, great for you, man. Great for you. Anyways, I'm gonna restart. I need to find this piece that is gonna annoy me, and I need to find a new headset because I can tell my headset's getting broken. I'm gonna restart. I'll be back in probably a minute. It's somewhere on the floor. So if you guys want to see more debates, make sure to come back. Don't stereotype men because I know what you're assuming what it is. Noah, come up and debate me, man. Come up and debate me on that. If anyone wants to, if any man wants to debate me on what I just said, join up in the guest box. Because I am going to stereotype men. I absolutely am. When you look at the statistics, when you look at the data that's shown, when you look at the crime stats, it is absolutely reasonable to believe that it is the fault of men, and vice versa. If it were in an alternative reality, if it were women with the same statistics, it would be reasonable to believe it's women that are the issue. But that's not the reality that we live in. I'm not gonna walk back what I said because it's just the truth. And if it hurts you, deconstruct your view. Acknowledge what consent is. That's your fault, not mine. Including myself as well. I have obviously have things to work on. Anyways.
Then it comes out. Boosie was getting paid.
Did you see the other video I sent you guys recently about people
What?
buying pardons from Trump? So what Trump will do is he'll have these White House dinners where it's $1 million a plate. And people will go in there and buy in, and then their loved ones all of a sudden get a pardon. And not only do they get a pardon, they get relieved of any side thing that goes on. So they're pardoning them, they're letting them out of jail 10 years or 20 years early, and then they don't have to pay the people that they ripped off and screwed over. I sent a whole video out. I'll resend it to you guys again so you can have a look at it.
Because I
But
don't remember seeing that one.
it's
You
pretty
know what,
gross.
Lenny? I kind of thought that, especially with the whole Chrisley's thing,
Yeah.
because you ain't notice that Chrisley's got pardoned, and all of a sudden Savannah, she was in her videos wearing MAGA hats and all this other crazy. I'm like, but Todd Chrisley and Julie Christie was on some whole, they want to bring up reform for prisons. 'Cause they didn't like how it was in the prison, and Todd Christie didn't like how he was treated as opposed to African people of color.
Yeah, right.
He actually was like, you know what? People of color got treated way differently than I did.
He wasn't even
You
in
know,
the real
goodness
deal.
well, the
You
orange
know,
orangutan would not have pardoned him if he known he was going to say that out loud.
and you know he was in the celebrity jail. He wasn't in the regular jail.
But still, they still don't treat you any different. If you this right here, don't matter what color you are, you're not going to get treated like a Chrisley.
Right.
A Chrisley was very, very, very flamboyant. Come on now.
Well, ask
just
the
saying.
Diddler how he got treated.
Huh?
Ask the Diddler how he got treated.
You know what? The Diddler is friends with was friends with the daggone orange orangutan. Had he not came out and said white men like the orangutan should be banished, the Diddler might be out right now.
Oh, well,
I
he's
still
getting
have
out
that
any
video
day
in my
now, I
phone.
think. I think he's already out, isn't he?
Oh my gosh, she better not be. Hold up.
I think he is.
The economic punishment that they're taking. So I
Do you
would
have any
say that's
transgender
probably
people
the best
working
way.
in your organization?
I don't know.
No?
I really don't know. I probably do. I really don't.
So if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses?
That is correct.
Hello.
Wow!
No. That wasn't a debate. He was just saying that.
Headphone user.
Wow!
What a shocker!
Nobody
Wow!
supports trans people. Nobody supports trans people, dude.
Donald Trump just said if Caitlyn Jenner were to go to Trump,
That's not supporting it.
He
You know what's
literally said,
supporting
"Hold on."
it?
He literally said, "Quote: Leave it the way it is. There are very few issues with it, and let people go to whatever bathroom they choose."
That's not
That's what he
supporting it,
said.
though. That's not
That is what he
supporting
said.
Supporting it is like giving money for it.
Hold on. So do you agree with Trump there? Do you agree with Trump there? Right? People can choose what bathroom they can use. Right? You agree with Trump there?
Hell no, I do not.
What? Why? Why not?
What?
Why not? Trump said it. Trump said that people should be allowed to use whatever bathroom they use. Not many issues, right? Why not?
He was talking about Caitlyn Jenner though. That's different.
No, he was talking about new North Carolina. He was talking about North Carolina. Sorry, NC, North Carolina. He was talking about North Carolina and the
No, he's
Republicans
talking
that
about the one
passed
female.
the bathroom
He
law.
was talking about the one female.
No, let's what?
Speak about North Carolina bathroom law in particular. Oh, I had a feeling that. As president, speak about North Carolina bathroom law in particular.
The question is about North Carolina bathroom law. Now let's hear his response.
I gotta go. I gotta
that
go.
question was going to come up, I will tell you. Well, look, North Carolina did something that was very strong, and they're paying a big price, and there's a lot of problems. And I heard one of the best answers I heard was from a commentator yesterday saying, leave it the way it is right now. There happen now very few.
He ran! Oh my god, he ran.
And it's on both sides.
He ran. Wow. W Runner's in the chat. Thank you for the follow.
Hey, Jeremiah, right? That's you?
Sure.
Okay,
You
then
support
how do I
Trump?
say your name since apparently we can't say your name right?
Oh, it's Jeremiah's. Do you support Trump?
Personally, before I get to that question you have, I did find your account on Grindr and your
Oh, that's funny. That's a W troll. W troll's in the chat.
Where's Logan?
Twitch stream, Jeremias?
Twitch stream?
Yeah, Twitch
W
stream.
troll. Twitch
Oh.
stream. Let's see what the comments are saying. Oh, fuck me. God damn.
How much longer are you gonna be up here for? Are you good, Jeremias?
Yeah, I just got a sharp pain. Holy fuck me. God damn. I've been on for like an hour probably, so probably another 2 hours.
Another 2 hours?
No, another hour. My bad. Shit.
Oh, another hour? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. I'll probably pop up here soon.
Bet. I got you. I'll probably be on a little longer than that, but yeah, I'll see you soon then.
Okay. See you soon.
Alright, bet. Take care, Jinxie. Got some W Jinxies in the chat. Quite frankly. Is that Gavin up in here? I guess, bro. Let's get this next guest up in here as well. I did not mean to do that. How's it going? Do you support Trump? Not Gavin, the other guest.
Yes, sir, I do.
Cool. How old are you?
I'm 18. I'll be 19 in June.
Cool. Why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because, to be honest, he's a better president than Biden.
Biden wasn't even running.
Well, I know. I meant like last time. He's redone. He's fixed a lot of the problems that Biden had caused about putting funds into random things and the things that the United States had no.
Yeah, like what?
No, I saw earlier they was paying like $2 million something in Uganda for. I don't know how to say like a word that part. I don't want to get you banana, but it's
sex education.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's like what's it called?
It went
it's for
to
prostitutes, for like male prostitutes.
No.
It was a dancing school for male prostitutes.
No, that's not how it was.
Anyway, sir,
No.
if you will let me speak,
What they
because me and him are talking.
sent the money to.
If you want to be
what they
respectful,
sent-
keep letting me talking, sir. You keep interrupting. So,
Well, I'm
anyways,
just clarifying. I'm just correcting what it actually was because you can't
you
really
can
just say.
clarify after I'm done talking because you're kind of disrespectful.
Well, I'm gonna correct you if you're saying something wrong immediately off the
Well,
bat. So
I mean,
it wasn't
it's-
actually
it's
prostitutes.
actually the truth. You can't correct the truth, bro.
All right, can you
I mean, you
provide
just
that
gotta
truth
look it
then?
up.
Can you provide?
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
provide?
Go to Google and look it up, buddy.
Google is a search engine, not a source. I have a question. Let's say I grant it to you. Let's say this happened. There was $2 million sent from mail whatever. Let's say I grant it to you. Is that worse than spending $1 billion a day to kill children? Which one's worse?
He's not necessarily killing children. He's not.
164
killing,
children
that's
died in
the-
Iran. 164
Yeah.
children died in Iran by a U.S. Tomahawk missile. 13 service members dead.
First day, by the way.
Would
First
you
day,
rather
first
have
hour, by the way.
164 American children blown up or 164 Iranian children blown up?
I would rather have no children. blown
Neither.
up. In neither
Exactly.
scenario. In neither
Exactly.
both scenarios. First off, Iran doesn't have the capability of reaching mainland USA, so that was already off the table. So Donald Trump did this all on his own, right? All on his own, buddy. What are we doing?
Well,
are you a
I mean,
patriot?
Yes, sir, I am.
You're an American, but you uphold the Constitution.
Yes, sir. I'm
You
not a
support Trump?
Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm
You're
a
independent?
patriot. Yes, sir.
You're an independent patriot. You're an independent American, but you agree that the Constitution is like the most valuable, terms of American value, right?
Yes,
It
sir.
is a core American ideology.
Yeah,
and
of
law.
course, man. Of course.
So would
yeah.
you support Trump if he violated clauses and amendments of the Constitution?
Yeah, I mean, if it was like full blown, yeah, he's trying to hurt everybody. But if he's just like offending somebody, then yeah, I don't really care about somebody.
But if he violated the clauses of the Constitution and amendments, would you still support him? It's a yes or no.
What did he violate though?
I'm just saying if he did.
I mean, no, probably not. No,
You wouldn't support him.
it
He did
depends
violate
on what
clauses
it
and
is.
amendments of the Constitution.
What? Which ones?
Yeah, do you want them all? Or do you want point by point?
Point by point.
Point by point. Appropriations
Yes, sir.
clause. He violated the appropriations clause.
How?
By redirecting money to fund the U.S.-Mexican border wall when Congress has control of the purse according to the Constitution. Do you know what the appropriations clause is?
No, I don't.
The appropriations clause is basically that Congress has the power of the purse. I'll give you what the definition is. Money cannot be taken from the U.S. Treasury unless Congress approves it by law. Congress controls government spending. In simple words, Congress controls the power, has the power of the purse. Donald Trump and his administration violated this by redirecting money when Congress did not approve of this to build the U.S.-Mexican border wall. That is a violation of the appropriations clause that cannot be disputed. That is a fact.
It is also not even 10% done, even from both terms. It's not even 10%
So
finished.
you can argue that he did this for a good thing because he didn't even finish it, and he violated the appropriations clause, right?
Damn.
So let's
See,
move on
I've never heard
let's
of
move
that.
on.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I've never
let's
heard
move on. Let's move on to the election clause. Do you know what the elections clause is?
No, sir, I don't.
Elections clause gives basically the federal government cannot interfere in the state elections. I'll give it to you in the actual definition. It gives states the power to run congressional elections, but Congress can change or regulate those rules found in Article 1, Section 4. How did Donald Trump violate this election clause, are you asking? Yeah, January 6th, he pressured Mike Pence to certify fake electoral slates for 7 key swing states without the consent or request of those 7 governors, right? So that is a violation of the elections clause. Mike Pence then came forward and said, Donald Trump that day asked me to put him before the Constitution. Do you want to hear Mike Pence's own words?
Yes, sir.
Do you know who Mike Pence is?
No, sir, I don't.
Mike Pence is the former vice president of Donald Trump in his first term.
So the president's not
yeah, now I
Mike
know
Pence.
who he is. Now I know who he is.
So Mike Pence said, I already explained to you how he violated the elections clause by sending fake electoral slates. It's a violation of the elections clause. But here's Mike Pence's own words. Don't hear it from a liberal, a leftist. Hear it from a Republican.
Perspective of the indictment, I want the American people to know that I had no right to overturn the election. And then on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution.
That's Mike Pence's own words, a Republican, not a liberal, not a leftist.
Damn.
So can you agree he's violated the appropriations clause and the elections clause, right?
I mean, with all the info you're stating, I mean, yeah. Well, look, bro, I just want to say this. Like, I mean, I definitely don't agree with all those things that Biden did because we can both agree he did some pretty wrong things.
Such as?
Well, what I'm saying is like, I don't know. It's like I want to.
Hold on.
Support
You said you would
Trump.
stop supporting
I wanna
Trump if he.
support Trump.
You said you would stop supporting Trump if he violated the Constitution. I explained how he violated the appropriations clause and the elections clause. We also have the declare war clause, the take care clause, the taxation and spending clause. We also have the I already explained the appropriation clause. You have the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, the 10th Amendment, and the 14th Amendment, and possibly the 22nd Amendment. You said if he violated the Constitution, you would not support him. You agreed he violated the appropriations clause and the elections clause, and then you brought up Biden in response. What does Biden have to do with that? Biden didn't violate the Constitution.
Me and you are on the same page, bro. I was trying to say that to say this. Like, I don't know who to support because, like, if you think about it, they both did wrong things, and really everybody.
It was between Harris and Trump.
I want to clarify that Biden never started the war. Biden never stole money from Congress to put it towards his own financial gain. Yeah. Biden has not done anything to distract people from a certain thing, the files. Biden never did anything like that, right? However, Donald Trump has invaded 2 countries for no reason with no grounds. Still has provided zero evidence to the fact that Iran did have any capabilities of making nuclear missiles, even though last year him and SETCOM said that there is no way that they can make nuclear anythings. So he's been lying about that, and he's also drained our economy entirely.
And to add on top of that, if you think Biden and Trump were bad presidents, cool. Don't support either of them. It wasn't Biden or Trump. It was Harris and Trump. Harris was the lesser of 2 evils. Or in this instance, let me ask you a question. If you could go back in time, you could vote for Harris or Trump. Who would you rather vote for, knowing everything you know now, knowing that he violated the Constitution? Who would you vote for, Harris or Trump, or would you not vote at all?
Oh, man, that's tricky. To be honest, I'll probably just stay home, bro. I would leave it. No, I just wouldn't, bro. I just stick to myself, dog. For real. I mean, I turned 18 about a year ago, so I didn't get to vote.
Listen, man. I'm glad you weren't able to vote. I'm glad. I'm glad your birthday was before the election. I'm absolutely glad. Listen, man. The answer you just gave me, you're going in the right direction, saying that you would not vote. The next step would just be voting for the candidate who wants to progress America. You would agree with that, right?
Yeah, or I mean, if there is somebody good enough to run the country and be smart and is a good person.
Even in local, I'm talking about like midterms. When midterms come up, listen, man. I appreciate you because you didn't vote, right? So I can't hold anything against you, right? So I think that you are going in the right direction. The only thing I've asked of you, come the midterms, do me one favor. Look up a Democrat and Republican for your representative or Congress or council member, right? Look these people up for your local and state elections come November, and then vote for the candidate, whether it be on the left or right, who wants to progress America. Free healthcare, education, better healthcare, ending wars, ending aid to Israel, right? All of these different things that benefit America. I want you to vote for that specific candidate, whether it be on the left or the right. Typically, you're going to see more progressives like Zoran Mamdani, AOC, Bernie Sanders, Ro Khanna. But there are some right-leaning people who want money out of politics, want to ban AIPAC, want to ban any corporate PAC money, right? I'm not saying all right people are bad, but vote for the person who wants money out of politics, wants to better America, and that's the only task I have for you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate coming up here. Anything else you wanted to say?
I just thank y'all guys for the help, man. I appreciate it.
Listen, man, of course, come back in a couple months before the midterms, and I want you to tell me that you did your research, and I want you to tell me that you voted either for a Republican that wants money out of politics and wants to ban Israel, ban aid from Israel, or that you vote, or that you're going to vote for a progressive. Come back in a few months and tell me that good news. Right, you can be a Republican. Anyways, let's bring Creed up in here. Creed is in the guest mix. How's it going, man?
Let's have our immigration debate, bro. You've been running.
I've been running. No, I haven't been running.
Are
you a patriot, Creed? Are you a patriot?
I am a fucking patriot.
You are a fucking patriot. You agree that the Constitution is a core American value, right?
I agree with that shit right there, yes, sir.
Fuck the Constitution. You're a fucking patriot, Creed, right?
I'm a fucking patriot. Yeah,
would you ever support Trump if he violated clauses and amendments of the Constitution?
He didn't actually, so.
If he did, hypothetically, if he did.
Hypothetically, if Trump violated the Constitution, would I still support him? Yes.
You're not a patriot, then.
You're not a patriot.
The laws. Hold on. You said you're a patriot. You said you're a patriot. You like the Constitution. If you do not uphold the Constitution, which are the laws and the things that keep us together as a country, then you are not a patriot, sir. You are a traitor.
Do you agree that some parts of the Constitution should and have been altered?
Oh, sure. But
Yeah,
they
laws
only
change
get
all the time.
altered.
However-
Hold on. It should be followed until they are amended. You would agree with that, right? Otherwise, it's a violation of the Constitution. Well, let's say I granted you. I want to go through all the things he's violated, and I want to see the justification for it. Yes, and if there's a justification, I'll scrap it. Yes.
All right, man. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So were you
I've
here
heard all
to
of these,
listen?
by the way.
Have you heard to the first two clauses that I mentioned? Or were you not here for those?
Listen, I was probably I was.
It's okay. I don't mind restating this. For the people who have been here for a while, like 10 minutes, you guys are going to hear this again, but it's going to be quicker. Do you know what the appropriations clause is?
Yes.
Cool. What is it?
I'm not your Google, bro.
Okay.
I know what it
if you
is.
just
So
say you
how
don't-
did he
hold on,
violate it?
Gavin, hold on. Give me. If you don't
no,
know what it is,
no,
that's
I know
fine.
what it is. How did he violate? No, how did he violate it though?
But I want to do it for the chat because the chat might not know what it is. So I'm just asking you if you know. If you don't know it, that's fine. Completely fine. I didn't know this. Right. Previously, I didn't know this. The appropriations clause.
You didn't know a lot of things, bro.
I
You
didn't.
know,
Right. But I educated myself. Yes. I want to talk about something else with you too, but I'm not going to read that.
I do.
So,
Hold on. Can I ask something?
Go ahead.
So, have you educated yourself on your abortion debates?
Have I don't really debate abortion anymore.
Oh, you don't? So what if somebody comes up here and says that they're only a Trump fan because of abortion? You just be like, oh, cool, and then move on?
Yeah, I move on, yeah. Or I talk about the financial reasons. If you want to decrease abortions, you want progressive
Bro,
policies.
you told me that you would educate yourself on abortion, bro. I'm disappointed.
I did educate myself, right? But I don't debate abortion typically anymore. But can I go back? So the appropriations clause, for chat who doesn't know, basically Congress has control of the purse. That is what it is. That is what the Constitution says. How did Trump violate this, you might be asking? Donald Trump, in his first term, moved money from the military budget to fund the Mexican-American border wall. When Congress had denied this, Congress, who has the power of the purse, denied this money going to the Mexican-American wall. That is a clear violation of the appropriations clause. That's according to the Brennan Center for Justice as well.
Everyone's saying this is Phil, by the way.
Hey, can we
Gavin,
refrain
Gavin,
from saying
Gavin.
the P word, please, bro?
Gavin,
Can we
don't-
refrain?
I genuinely want to have a
Oh my
debate.
God.
Gavin, I genuinely want to have a debate.
Can we refrain
Yeah,
from saying
hold on.
the P word, bro?
Creed. No, I genuinely want to have this debate with you, Gavin.
Yes, and I'm here, bro.
Chat, please chill on the Phil, because I genuinely want to have a debate with Creed.
Can we refrain, bro? Can we please refrain? Can we
Yeah,
refrain?
yeah,
Can we say the P word, bro?
So you can chat refrain from the chat. You guys can spam Creed. You guys can hit that follow button, repost the live, share the live, do all the wonderful things. If you ever need to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. You guys can gift Gavin and give me, but refrain
Nope,
from using
stop
the P word.
grifting, bro. Can we
Okay,
stop
I'll stop grifting. I'll stop Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, links in the bio, Facebook as well.
All right, bro. You're such a grifter,
Anyways, Gavin.
Do you know what
Gavin,
grifting is? You know
Gavin.
grifting should be.
I'm a grifter.
Hey, grifting should be illegal, by the way.
Sure. So can you agree he violated the appropriations clause?
I cannot agree with that. No.
I presented you with the evidence and the source.
You
Why
did
do
not.
disagree?
You did not present me with any evidence. Because Trump, absolutely did not do that.
The Brennan
give me the
Center for
source?
Justice. The Brennan Center for Justice.
Do you have any
says-
other sources than that? Because I don't trust that source.
Why don't you trust that source?
Because I, do my, news and sources on better trusted, sources. Give
What's wrong
me
with this source?
that source. I just don't trust. I don't see
Why?
it being a credible source because
Why is it not
they're probably
credible?
because they're probably against Trump and they just want to see his
Probably
downfall.
against Trump. No, this is bipartisan, independent.
Would you say Fox is on
nonpartisan,
Trump?
sorry.
Would you say that Fox is on Trump's side? And it's not a
Fox is
credible
entertainment.
source.
Fox Entertainment. They're entertainment.
Okay. Yeah. See. Exactly. No. It's actually not called Fox.
Fox is classified as entertainment, but that's a pivot away from
Fox
the
News,
actual
bro.
point. I presented you with the evidence. Why do you disagree with the evidence?
Well, I don't think that happened. Plus, what, Kevin?
No, go ahead. Sorry,
Oh,
that was muted.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody say something.
Yeah, that was my video. Go ahead. Play. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't think that happened. And I mean, if it did, all well. I mean, the border needs to be built.
That's okay. You said there was some justification for these things. Good. Let's say he did do this, which he did. There's facts and evidence.
If
Now
he
you're saying
did
it's
do
now
this,
you're saying
okay.
now you're saying it's justified. If he did do this, it's justified because the wall had to be built.
Hypothetically, yeah. If hypothetically, if
But
he did,
that's
do
where
this,
that's
then
where
it's
that's where this
justified.
comes in.
All
Donald Trump only built 50 miles of the wall. That did absolutely nothing, meaning that is not a good justification. Meaning, hypothetically, if he did do this, you saying that we needed to build the wall, that's not a good enough reason because he didn't build it.
I think 50 miles is a lot of miles. You know how many, like, bro, you know, I think
across the whole American-Mexican border, that's nothing.
I think it's a pretty good decent.
It did nothing.
Okay, wait, is it better than nothing? Is 50 miles better than nothing?
If you're gonna argue it's 50 more than 0, yes, but that's still not a justification.
Exactly,
that's like saying,
bro.
would it have been justified if he built 1 mile or half a mile for him to violate the
how much
expropriation
money
clause?
exactly did he get from this?
Billions.
How many billions does it cost to build 50 miles of a wall?
Yeah, I can provide you the exact. Hold on, give me a second.
Okay. Yeah, let's pull up the exact amount. And pull up
6.5 billion.
Okay, so that's actually great progress. If he built 50 miles with you said a couple billion?
Yeah, 6.5 billion. That's according to Brennan.
Wait, did you say million or billion?
Billion. 6.5 billion.
All right, and how much would it cost? And how much would it cost to build 50 miles?
No idea.
Probably around billions, bro. So like,
cool.
But
the point is here.
He spent all of the money.
I never disagreed with that.
He spent all of the money on the wall. It's not like he like put the money in his pocket, bro. He's not.
I never claimed that. But the point is here. You agree? We have checks and balances, right? For a reason, right?
Yeah, bro.
The appropriations clause is there for a specific reason. Checks and balances. Okay, if Donald Trump does not get approval of Congress, or if Joe Biden did this, if Joe Biden
did this, I would be in support of it, honestly, of him going against that.
But the point is, you shouldn't be in support if Joe Biden did this because they're degrading checks and balances. They're violating checks and balances.
I don't even care, honestly. That's why I like Trump.
Sure. Listen, how about do you know what the election clause is?
Yes.
Gives the states the power for chat, not for you, because I know you know what it is. It gives the states the power to
and I
to
know
run
I actually know this
elections.
point because Dean ran this point against me, bro. And actually,
never heard Dean run this point. What?
Dean, or maybe not Dean, Erica, somebody. I went on somebody's live and they ran something about Trump's something. His like
fake electoral plot.
No, I don't remember his name, but somebody came out and said
Mike
something.
Pence.
What?
Mike Pence.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and said something about some. How
about I just play you the clip?
Yeah, play me the clip. I don't remember all of it.
Perspective of the indictment, I want.
Oh shit, you got that on standby.
I had no right to overturn the election.
Oh, and Trump wanted it. Yeah.
And on
okay.
that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution.
Yes,
But
bro. Yes. And
VP, hold on. Former Vice President Mike Pence said, and I quote, "On that day, January 6th, Donald Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution." That is a violation of the elections clause.
Nope. You
That's what
said
he said.
Trump wanted me to.
No, that's what he said. Hold on.
Let's hear it again.
The election. And then on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution.
President Trump asked him to put him over the Constitution.
Okay,
That's what he
and he didn't do it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
bro.
Mike Pence didn't
wait.
do this. But hold on. But the point is, it's still a violation of the elections clause because the governors did not consent to the electoral slates.
Trump wasn't the president January 6th, bro.
2020? 2020, hold on. 2021? Trump?
Yeah, bro. Trump wasn't the president whenever that
In
happened.
2021, January 6th?
Was he? I don't remember anymore.
Joe
honestly.
Biden was inaugurated mid-January, January 21, 21, one of those. Chat, a holy fumble. January 20, right? That's inauguration day, right, chat? I think it's 20, 21, 20?
Trump was in office when I can't remember. Was he in office when January?
No,
6th?
I can assure you, Joe Biden
He
got
might have.
inaugurated. Joe
No, you're
Biden
right.
got inaugurated
No, I
in
think you're
January
right.
20.
I think you're right. But this happened. I don't remember anymore. Honestly, it's been a long time.
Yeah, January 20. I was right. Yeah, January 20. Joe Biden was president January 20, 2021, right? This was January 6. Mike Pence said Donald Trump asked him to put him over the Constitution because
Nope.
Donald Trump violated the elections clause by sending fake
And-
electoral slates to 7 key swing states. You said you were a patriot, Creed.
I'm
You
a
said you
fucking
support the
patriot.
Constitution.
I'm a fucking.
You're a patriot,
bro.
but you support Donald Trump
I'm a
violating the
fucking
appropriations clause.
patriot,
You support
bro.
Donald Trump violating the elections clause. the
do support
declared
it.
war clause, the take care clause, the taxation clause, the First Amendment, Second
This
Amendment.
is a whole
Fourth
bunch of
Amendment.
nonsense.
I just proved two. I proved two. How? Hold on. Mike Pence isn't even a liberal. He's
Didn't
not a
prove any,
leftist.
bro. You didn't
Mike
prove
Pence isn't
any.
a leftist. Mike Pence is a Republican. He's a conservative.
Okay, and like, dude,
And a
Trump wanted to-
Republican said that Donald Trump told him to put him over the Constitution. That is a
good.
violation.
That's a good thing, bro. I don't care about violations. Everyone violates stuff. I don't care.
Then why would you say if Donald Trump doesn't if Donald Trump violated the Constitution, you would no longer support him?
Well, I never even said that. Actually, you can
did.
replay the clip. I
You
never
said
said if Trump.
hypothetically.
No. Yeah, and he hasn't. And even if, honestly,
I just showed you.
I'm gonna step back on that statement because if Trump violated the Constitution, to be fair, I don't really care.
So then you're not a patriot. You retract
No,
your statement of saying you're a patriot.
Actually, no, I'm a fucking patriot, bro.
If you
I'm
were a
patriot.
fucking patriot, quote
It
unquote,
actually-
you
no,
would
actually,
support the
wait.
Constitution. You would defend the Constitution.
Trump
die
did
for that
violate-
document. Hold on, Creed. You realize people die for that document.
Okay, bro. Like,
and you don't care about it. You don't
I do
care
care,
if
bro.
the document that people die for.
The same
you don't care if the
document that should
document that
be
people
off.
died for gets violated by one
do you
single
think,
man.
Do you think that the Constitution is aged?
What do you mean by aged?
I think honestly the Constitution should be like
Amended?
I think that I don't know, man. I think
I
there's
can
a
agree
lot
with you.
of
I think the
stuff that-
Constitution needs to be amended in some aspects. Absolutely.
I think
But
it
how do we do that?
lot more.
2/3 by Congress. 2/3 of Congress. That's how we do it.
Hey, bro, I came up
Not
here for-
one single man violating
Hey, bro.
checks and balances.
My Lakers game is about to come on in 7 minutes, so we kind of got to hurry this up, right? But I came up here for a what's it called? Oh yeah, immigration debate. Because I know you can't say, yeah, I know you can't do nothing against my immigration debate, bro, and that's why you wanted to run to this, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, take it away. What do you support on immigration, man?
Because it's great for our national security, bro.
How?
Because we'll know who's in this country. Wait, and I don't really want to I don't want to pivot off of that point because I was owning you in that debate there, and this kind of feels like a pivot. I was owning you, dude. I had you on a leash, bro.
You asked me to talk about immigration.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't
7
wanna
minutes.
pivot. No, I don't
Hold on.
wanna-
You have 7 minutes, right?
Yeah, bro.
We talked a little bit about the appropriations clause and the elections clause. You agreed that he's violating it, but you don't care, right? And then
I
you
do
asked me.
care.
You asked me to debate about immigration because I'm terrified. You have 7 minutes, probably 6 now, 6 or 7 minutes. So let's debate on immigration. You said you support.
No, because I was owning you in that debate, bro. You were getting dog walked.
Name one point you dog walked me on.
Everything, every word that came
Name
out
one.
of my mouth, bro.
You agreed that he violated the appropriations clause.
I
in the-
never
their
agreed
war
to that.
and the
Bro,
elections
you're putting
clause.
words in my mouth. I never agreed to that. I never agreed to that. I said
Mike
hypothetically
Pence-
if that was true.
Mike Pence his own words.
Mike Pence is paid by Israel and Netanyahu, bro. I don't care.
Trump is paid by Israel and
No,
Netanyahu.
he's not.
You
No,
moron.
bro. Mike Pence is paid by Netanyahu, bro. I don't
Donald
care.
Trump is paid by Netanyahu. Donald Trump started a war that killed 164 children, 13 U.S. service members. Donald Trump started the
Mike
war
Pence
that
is
rose
paid
gas
by
prices,
Netanyahu,
rose inflation, decreased the worth of the dollar. Donald Trump started the war on behalf of who? Benjamin Netanyahu on February 27th went to Donald Trump and said,
All right, bro.
start this war for me, do regime change. Donald Trump said, yes, sir, yes, king, and did it on February 28th, launching strikes on Iran. It's bullshit. Don't come over here and say Mike Pence was paid by
Mike Pence was
Israel.
paid by Israel,
Donald
bro.
Trump is paid by Israel. Donald Trump is owned by Israel, not Mike Pence. Mike Pence did the right thing
Bro,
on January
hold on,
6th.
wait,
That's why people like you
Hey,
threatened to
hey.
hang him.
Hey, I never threatened to hang anybody, actually. Anyway,
People
and
like you.
Like this guy in your chat just said, you know nothing, bro. Like, low-key, Jeremiah, you need to do some research before
Sure,
you come
debate me on
these live
immigration.
streams.
Stop running.
You need to come on. I have 4 minutes, bro.
Yeah, I can cook you in 4 minutes.
All right, bro. Okay.
Well, you said
yeah,
you
I mean,
supported
you
him.
never-
You said
you never- I just
you said you
fried
supported
you.
his mass deportation. You supported his mass deportation policy because of national security.
Yes.
Because we know who's in here. You can know who's in here by mass amnesty. Mass amnesty. People come forward. The ones who don't, you deport them. Bam. My policy is better because mass amnesty doesn't harm the economy. Mass deportation does. In both scenarios, you get to know who's in here, and in both scenarios, people get deported. Therefore, mine is better. You're cooked.
So let me respond to this absolutely repulsive point that you took from Dean Withers, and I own Dean Withers on this point also. Right. So, mass amnesty. Why should we be privileging people who broke the law coming into the country? Oh, well, Trump's a 34 count felon, bro. I don't care. I don't care. That's irrelevant to the conversation.
No, that's fine.
Bro,
That's fine. No, I wasn't gonna bring up Trump, but go ahead. Is that your
So
rebuttal?
why-
What's
so-
your rebuttal?
my rebuttal is why should we privilege people who came into the country committing a crime? It's a what's it called?
Not at all. I think we should punish them.
Oh shit! Oh no! You know what? This is the point I ran on, Dean. I just remembered this shit. You know what? I will agree with you, bro. Let's run mass amnesty. I agree. Let's run it, bro. But then after we run mass amnesty, bro, everyone who gets mass amnestied gets thrown in prison.
No,
How do you like the sound of
agree.
that?
So the reason why I disagree is I don't think they should be thrown in prison. I think what they
Well,
should
then we
do.
disagree.
Hold on. I think you're gonna like this even better because you agree we have to pay. You agree we have to pay with prisons, right? You agree.
Oh, yeah,
our,
yeah,
our,
yeah,
our
we gotta
taxation
pay-
funds it, right?
yeah,
right. And you don't want people who broke the law to. You don't want money to be given to them. How about they give money to us? How about the
Oh
people?
hell yeah, bro! This sounds great, bro. Where's this going?
Creed, give me a second. How about the people who got mass amnesty and are citizens and have jobs? They pay 7%, a 7% taxation that goes into the federal government, and then for 7 years, right? 7% taxation increase for 7 years.
Make it 99% tax.
That would give us billions of dollars into our economy.
Again, they're not serving a punishment. I don't agree.
The
Throw them in
punishment
prison.
is them paying an increase in
Bro,
taxation.
What? That's not a punishment, bro. They need jail
They're
time.
losing money. Hold on, they're losing money because they're paying more taxes. They're losing money.
I
Also,
don't-
jail.
I
We
don't
pay for
care,
those
bro.
jails.
Okay, let's.
Why don't you agree with mine? It would revenue billions of dollars. We wouldn't
Only
have
listen,
to pay for them. They would have.
I
They
don't
would
agree.
be paying.
Only way that I would agree with that is if they pay that same exact tax. But you know what we should do? Oh my gosh, no! I'm running for president, bro. You know what we should do? Is something funny?
No, go ahead. What should we do, Creed?
What we should fucking do, bro, is we should put everyone on a reservation. Everyone who's a legal immigrant, put them on a reservation, and then don't give them anything, and then they just live on the reservation, bro. And then actually, I don't agree with that. Honestly, I don't agree with that because then they're taking up land that other U.S. citizens could have. The moon is inhabitable. Send them to the moon. And I'm not even trolling. It'll sound like it, but I'm not.
Creed.
What's
Enough
up?
of the troll. You can agree that
I'm
my
dead ass
perspective.
not.
You can agree that my perspective on taxation would revenue billions of dollars, right? It would benefit
I
our
agree that
economy.
it probably could, yeah.
It's better than any other perspective that you've heard. I'm sure.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That is actually a good perspective. Like, honestly, I can, if you made that up yourself, I can, dude, that's actually pretty good. But
And
like,
we deport the people who don't come forward because they're most likely going to be violent criminals. We deport them. Bam. The people who don't come forward, the people who aren't paying that taxation for those 7
but I'm
years.
still not
we deport
agreeing with you, bro, because they again committed a crime and they didn't have to pay for it. So
Do you know that crossing the border illegally, you can just be fined. You don't have to be deported. It could be a $50 to $500 fine maximum, the $50 minimum, right? That's a thing. That's according to U.S. immigration law. You can just be fined. How about we just
Actually, you
say
get deported,
these
though.
people who got mass am, but according to law, you can get fined. So how about the fine is them just being taxed more for 7 years?
no, because then they still get to live their lives, leeching off of things, bro. No.
No, they would be paying into the taxation system, buddy. I just told you.
No, bro, because okay, then why don't we do that with all violent criminals then? Maybe not that. That's the wrong wording. Why every criminal who's in jail right now for a non-violent crime? Why don't we let them free and then give them that same exact tax, 7%, whatever you're saying, bro? Why don't we just do that with every non-violent criminal that's in prison? Oh, why don't we do that? Is because they broke the law. No, because they broke the law and they're in prison.
Hold on. If they violated a law and a punishment is either jail time or a fine, right? Like if it's jail time or a fine, sure, let's do that.
No, bro. Okay,
Genuinely.
wait, you agree? So all criminals that are in prison right now for a
non-violent
non-violent
or non-bad
crime,
crimes such as fraud or theft.
Okay,
Those are not, like theft doesn't have to be violent. Fraud doesn't have to be violent. But if they committed any bad or violent crimes, no, this wouldn't apply to them. I'm talking about someone who's like in prison for like a non-violent or a non-bad crime. I think sure, why not? That would revenue billions of dollars.
No,
Sure, absolutely.
No, bro.
It would.
Because everybody has.
I think we need to reform prison. Absolutely, we need to reform the prison system. 100%. You absolutely. There is no contradiction within my own argument. So now you agree, right? And I cooked you in absolutely 4 minutes. I cooked
Actually,
you on the
actually, you
immigration.
never even cooked me because once again, I never even agreed that we should do that. And it's honestly,
You say that my position is the best position you've heard.
it is, but it's still debunkable. Honestly, and where
How is
did
it
you get that-
debunkable? Debunk it. You said it's
Okay,
debunkable.
let me debunk it. So, like I said, okay, so you think that we should only deport the ones who don't come forward with mass amnesty?
Because they're most likely going to be violent criminals, yeah.
But why exactly are we benefiting? Like, why are we giving them stuff for? Like, why are we letting them be in the country and giving them amnesty whenever they committed a crime to come into the country?
Yeah, because I think that mass deportation overall harms the average American,
No, it
while
don't.
mass amnesty, without the taxation system that I provided, typically benefits the average American. But with the taxation system that I provided, 100%, 1,000% benefits the average American. So mass deportation is harmful. Mass amnesty is positive with the taxation system that I provided.
It's really not.
According to American Immigration Council, for every 500,000 immigrants removed, 44,000 U.S.-born workers.
You know,
would lose
mass
their
amnesty
job.
would never work.
Why?
Why do you think it's never happened in how many ever years?
Because both Democrats and Republicans ping-pong this issue, saying we're going to solve the immigration issue, right? Donald Trump ran on it. He's doing nothing on it. Biden ran on it. They tried to do something on it, but they couldn't. Obama did something for it, right? But it's still an issue. I think it's because
it just doesn't work.
Because the people we vote in don't actually try. That's why.
Oh, so you think the people that we vote in just don't actually try?
Yeah, they're moderate. Yes, they're moderate. Republicans are
that just sounds like you're coping, bro.
Hold on. You can agree that Democrats who run for the 2028 are going to campaign on immigration, right? Right.
Well, Trump will have them all deported by then. So.
But they're going to campaign on immigration and say hypothetically he doesn't have them all deported. If a moderate Democrat wins, nothing will get done. Absolutely nothing for immigration will get done. If we don't have majority, nothing will get done. Right? It's the truth. Right? People have been Republicans and Democrats have been ping-ponging the issue of immigration and healthcare. Nothing's been done. The ACA was a good start.
Who do you want to run in 2028 then?
It's too far. I'd prefer someone like Ro Khanna as president or AOC as president, and then the other one as VP.
Wait, AOC?
Yeah.
AOC.
AOC does support defensive aid to Israel, though, so I don't know if I like that. But she is a democratic socialist, and Ro Khanna is a progressive. So Ro Khanna and AOC. Or like James Tallarico. I'm sure you know who James Tallarico is.
I know who everybody is, bro. Do you think like I just am not aware of these people, bro?
Who's Representative Abraham?
Representative Abraham? I'm not your Google, so I don't answer your questions. Just because you don't know him, I'm not going to answer them for you.
He's my representative, buddy. Of course I know who he is.
Yeah, I'm not your Google, bro.
Who's Katie Hobbs?
To be honest, I've never even heard of that person in my life.
So you don't know who elected officials are, at least not everyone. Katie Hobbs is my governor. Thank you. Anyways, Creed, I appreciate you for coming up here. Absolutely cooked you on the.
Bro, it's fine, bro. It's fine. I owned you.
I thought you had to go, Creed.
Well, I do, but I just got the Lakers game on in the background.
You want to debate on you support abortions or you don't support abortions, right?
Yeah, I don't support them actually.
I said typically I don't debate abortions. So let's take it a different perspective. This last one thing. How about you support progressive?
So,
You can agree.
hold on, wait, one second. Wait, so I'm 2-0 right now. I beat you in the first debate. Dog,
Chat, type of one in the chat if Creed won.
The
Type of
second
two
one,
in the chat if I
and
won.
then the second
Creed,
one,
hold on.
No,
Chat.
your fans
Chat.
are biased.
Chat,
bro.
type of what? Hold on, I don't know the chat. I see they're Luxmax. I mean, I know Luxmax. He's a Republican. He's gonna spam one. Luxmax is a chud. Luxmax is an absolute chud. Okay, but see, my chat is not biased. I don't know any of these people or the Republicans. Creed, you can't claim that they're biased. Anyways, that backfired on me. Anyways, let me ask you a question. You can agree that the majority of the reasons for abortions is going to be financial reasons, right?
Wait, repeat that.
The majority of reasons for abortions is going to be financial reasons, right?
The majority of the reason. What are you talking about?
Most abortions are because of financial insecurities, right?
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
That's what's typically accepted, right? So let's say financial insecurities are the main reasons for abortions, and you want to decrease abortions. Let's say even so do I, let's implement progressive policy, social safety nets to help these new moms so that they're able to go through with the pregnancy and survive and not just be the bare minimum. Therefore, you'll see a reduction in abortions. Why do you disagree with that, Phil? Fuck.
No,
I saw the chat. I saw the chat. My brain saw the chat.
No.
I'm sorry. Respond though, Creed. Respond. I'm so sorry.
All right, bro. You said why? Okay, well, the reason is because, well, honestly, I don't know the statistics on that being the reasoning in the first place. But even if that was, I don't think that we should do that just for the fact either way it's wrong no matter what. Obviously, I have exceptions, but either way it's wrong.
No, but you would see a decrease. Hold on.
Hold
on. You would see a decrease in abortions, right? If we solve the issue,
tiniest bit.
The majority. Hold on. If a majority of abortions are because of financial insecurities, and we fix those financial insecurities, that won't be a reason for abortions.
No,
so
bro,
yes,
we
you'll see
shouldn't
a dramatic decrease in abortions.
First of all, it's way cheaper to just
Do you know
ban
Via?
abortions, bro, and way easier. I don't know why. Just let her up or him. I don't know. Who is this person?
Let's see him.
Never seen this person in my life. What's up? Why is everybody wanting you up?
Hey, Creed. Creed, it's your bestie Vera. I was wondering.
Why is that guy? Kick him out. Kick him out.
What?
Creed, let him talk. Creed,
They
let him
broke
talk.
their
What do you want?
probation and they're banned.
No. Hey, let me just tell you something, Creed. I don't appreciate that you kind of kicked me out that group chat. Also, Jeremiah, thank you for letting me up. I appreciate you. Why did you only kick every girl out? And also, why did you kick Braxton out? And why did you kick everybody out and say, oh, we're on mission 3 now? I don't understand. Also, why aren't you replying to my chats? Because I was going to help you take him down, bro. I don't understand. Also, I hate Donald Trump. He's the worst president in history. He's literally a rapist. I don't understand how you can't see that. And also, your reposts say otherwise because you're literally reposting about how much you hate how the gas prices are right And that's crazy. So.
Is that it? This
No, it's actually-
isn't
it's
the
not
time
it.
or place, actually.
It's not it. It's not it. So, are we not gonna let me back in the group chat or?
I think we've moved on.
Or in 7 days. 7
We've
days.
moved on to bigger and better things, Vera, looks like. Looks like they've moved on to... Who are you going after now, Creed? You gave up on Dean because
No,
your plan got leaked.
wait.
Your plan got leaked, Creed. Your plan got leaked, quite frankly.
Quite frankly,
your plan got leaked, Creed. What's your new plan, Creed?
My plan got leaked, man. That sucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
who are you going after now?
I'm
Who are you
really
going to
sad about it,
deplatform?
Creed, why aren't you letting me back in the group chat though?
Right, why'd you kick out every single female in your group chat? That's
Also, after
Creed, are
we
you a
called-
misogynist?
Actually, I didn't kick out every single female. There was a couple
you did.
guys
Yes,
that were.
you did.
Are you a misogynist?
Actually,
or
wait,
I'm curious.
you actually are right. I think there is no females in my group, but there was never female. But there was never females in the group till you and your goon squad joined. So it's
Deja,
like,
Liv, Mar, there's actually a lot of females in that group chat, just saying.
A lot of people looks like from the group chat are in here, Creed. They all want justice.
Yeah, I literally.
They all want justice, Creed.
Look at even
Type
our
a one in
friends.
the chat if you're in the group chat and you want to come up.
Joseph and me are friends now, by the way.
that's cool.
Isn't it? Can you please let me back in that group chat, or am I still on probation for 7 days?
Well, first of all, actually, you're banned for 7 days. You broke your probation, and then
No.
Wait, Creed, who leaked it? Who leaked your plan?
Mar leaked it, but it's irrelevant.
No, Mar didn't leak it. I just want to let you know, Creed, Mar wasn't actually the one that leaked it.
Sure. Or it was Liv. I don't know. Either way, I don't associate myself.
It wasn't
with
Liv either.
Okay.
I know who did it. I'm not telling you. Unless you
Anyways, y'all gotta figure this out on your own. I
I'm
appreciate
still
you
here to
guys
debate, Jeremiah. You're the one who.
Vera, well, Creed, you wanted them to come up. Vera, appreciate
Well, I just
giving up
want to
here.
see who that was.
Laura.
Anyway,
Laura. So can you? Why would we see Why wouldn't we see a decrease in abortions if we did that?
Because I mean, I don't think that the number would be that drastic of a decrease.
But if a majority of abortions are for that specific reason, yes, it would.
Where are you getting the stat where majority are for that reason?
Give me one
I mean, and
second.
even if it
I'm
is
not
like
your Google. I'm not your Google, Creed. I'm not your Google. Quite frankly.
It's fine, bro. You don't gotta be, bro.
I got you, bro. Anything else you want to talk about while I search this up real quick? Any other
Lakers
points?
are winning in 7, so.
Do you support Mason Hollow?
Mason
that is.
Hollow.
You don't know. Good. I just want to see if you're a
Not your
bad person.
Google, bro. Not your Google, bro.
I want to see if you're a bad. Let's see. Gut Matcher Institute. It's my source.
Not a creditable source, bro.
Why?
Okay, and on that source, what is the number?
What is the number? Yeah, I got you.
A percentage, yeah.
Give me a second. I got you. So I'm looking for the number in specific. Roe v. Wade. Accept.
All right, bro.
41%.
If that's 41% of the reason for abortions, buddy, there would not be that much of a major decrease. If that
41% decrease.
It would not be it would be like half of that. So it would be a 21% decrease. Because not just because of that one thing, it would not be a complete and utter overhaul of a like not every single person.
And you also have different
I would say
percentages.
half.
You also have different percentages of like Medicaid coverage and then private insurance. They give a lot of different. I'd suggest you look into that. They do go to that. But Greed, listen, man, we debated. I cooked you. I'm gonna move on to the next.
I've fried you. I've fried you, by the way.
You cooked me. Yeah. Moving on to the next test. He's going to restart here soon. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. Why do you support Trump?
Because let's start with Iran. I mean, you think you had some good topics. I mean, I listened to you for a good minute, and it's interesting to see that you're like a used car salesman, man. You know how to sell a lemon.
Used car salesman.
Yeah, you know how to sell a good lemon, I tell you.
I feel like that's a good thing. If I'm able to sell like a used car and able to do it good, that's a compliment, right?
Well, lemon, I don't know. Would you drive a lemon yourself?
I have no idea what that type of car it is. I'm assuming it's like one of. I think I.
You don't know what a lemon is?
No, I don't.
Look it up. Oh my God, how old are you?
19.
Oh yeah, your age says a lot.
But I'm still right though. A lemon. I
A
searched up
lemon.
lemon car. How do you spell lemon?
Lemon.
Oh,
Like a
lemon.
lemon. Yeah.
Lemon.
L-E-N. Yeah.
I searched.
like a
I
lemon.
spelled it with an I, but literal
Yeah.
lemons in cars came
Lemon.
up.
Lemon car.
It's just a lemon with wheels on. What?
Yeah, it's
That's
shit.
what I'm seeing on my
It's a
page.
shit car.
Oh, so you're just talking about like a lemon with wheels?
No, it's a shit car, man.
Okay, but if I'm able to sell that, that's a good thing. What?
Oh yeah. Like I said, you're selling shit. Yeah.
Oh, I'm selling shit.
Anyway.
What about what I said was shit? You said I'm selling shit. So what exactly that I said was shit?
Are you okay with Iran being able to produce their ballistic missile range up to 4,000 kilometers?
Ballistic missile range. To be honest, I think no one should have any like nuclear
Okay, but
weapons
Iran
or any
ha-
weapons in general.
But Iran has it. So are you okay with it?
They've ballistic missiles.
Yes,
I mean, if-
they have ballistic missiles. Don't you know?
Yeah, I know they have ballistic missiles. Am I
Okay, you know
with
what
it? What do you
they
mean by
don't have?
okay? What do you mean by okay? What do you mean?
You know what they don't have? A navy. You know what they don't have anymore? An air force.
False.
You know what? You don't know. You know what else?
False. That's
You know
false,
what
right?
else they don't have?
That's completely
Ballistic
false.
missiles.
The CIA came out and said that they have 2/3 of. the
Oh,
Air
so
Force.
so was it an employee from the CIA from the Trump administration?
When did the war start? When did Donald Trump start claiming that their navy was gone, that their Air Force was gone? Yes, it was his Trump.
It's gone. It's
No,
gone.
that's not true. They still have 2/3 of what they had prior.
2/3
to the
of
war.
what? What do they
had
have?
prior to the war?
What type
in
of
terms
destroyers do they
military
have?
capacity?
What is a destroyer capacity? That's
I
again
don't know
that
the
could go
exact
again.
numbers.
You know,
Me knowing the exact numbers does not prove me wrong.
We just destroyed a swarm of their drones. You think you think they have a leverage on the United States?
Strait of Hormuz is a leverage, yes.
Yeah, that's why we
Yes,
destroyed
so
the
they do
nuclear
have a leverage on
capability.
us. Yes,
What do you think that would do if they had nuclear power?
they didn't, and they wouldn't have prior to
So
the war.
what do you think they would do if they had nuclear power?
If they had nuclear powers, probably mutually assured destruction. Nothing.
What do you think they would do with the nuclear power and
Mutually
having
assured destruction.
and then having 4,000-kilometer range missile?
Mutually assured destruction. Just like Russia.
So why?
Just
So
like Israel, right? Mutually
okay,
assured
but
destruction.
is Russia using their?
No, because
their
they know
nuclear-
they know if they launch nukes, we will too. That is
So
what
we have a
mutually
trust.
assured
We
destruction
have
is.
a
Yes.
we have a
Yes, that
mutual
is what
trust
mutually.
between-
Yes. So Iran would do mutually assured destruction.
So do we have mutual trust with Iran?
We don't have trust with Russia, yet we still uphold mutually
Yeah, we
assured
do.
destruction because we know if anyone not launches a nuke, they will retaliate.
So that's just
why
based on trust, right?
It's based on the fact that we don't want to end humanity.
Okay. So what makes you think Iran doesn't want to end
Because
humanity?
if Iran launches a nuke at us, we will retaliate 20 times harder. And
Yeah,
they know
so-
that.
so you're
that
willing
is
to-
mutually assured destruction.
So you're willing to jeopardize American lives and not
The
destroy
point
them
is,
now?
you shouldn't support Trump because he's the one who greenlit them to build these nuclear bombs.
He's the one who greenlit them? They weren't-
Absolutely.
How did he do that?
By taking us out of the JCPOA, essentially greenlighting them to building the nuclear bombs.
They weren't following the JCPOA.
Absolutely, they
still-
were. You can't provide
No,
me a
they
single
weren't.
shred of evidence that they had violated the agreement.
And you
Provide me
can't
evidence.
provide me any evidence they haven't.
The
'Cause you're not-
IEIA, the
is that a federal government organization?
the IAEA. Sorry,
Okay, is that a United States federal organization?
I believe that's international now.
Okay, so what does it matter?
That there were reports done and they found no
Okay.
evidence of them violating the JCPOA.
So what? Someone said something. What's your point?
A report, yes.
A report from who?
international communities, yes.
Okay, so their intelligence is better than ours?
Yes, we
Is
can
that
look
what
at
you're
prime
saying?
Iraq. Let's look at Iraq. The intelligence community said that
All right,
Iraq.
hey, stop-
Hold on,
stop
hold on.
pivoting.
I want.
Don't
It's an
pivot.
analogy.
Let's-
Can I not give you an
Let's
analogy?
not pivot. Let's
Can
not
you not
pivot.
interrupt me?
Do they have better
I
intelligence than we do?
want to give you an analogy. Can I provide
But
you an
do that
analogy why this
organization-
point's bad?
Don't pivot. Come on.
It's not a pivot. Do you know what an analogy
it's
is?
it's a hardcore pivot.
Can you
Come
give me
on.
10
It's
seconds to
another
give you this analogy? That's all
All
I
right, go
ask,
ahead and
buddy.
pivot. But, I mean,
I
should
will
I
give you this
entertain
analogy.
it?
The
I don't
same
know.
way, as Iraq. In Iraq, the international community did reports and said that they did not have weapons of mass destruction and that there was no tie from Saddam Hussein to Al Qaeda. Bush decided to tell Congress that we had different intelligence telling us otherwise. Guess what? The international community was right. Iraq had no weapons of mass destruction. Al Qaeda had no ties to Saddam Hussein, and we got into an endless war. And now I'll give you what's analogous. The same reason the intelligence community, not only the international intelligence community, but the American intelligence community, is saying that Iran was not capable of building nuclear weapons. Iran was not building nuclear weapons, and Iran did not violate the JCPOA. We're seeing Iraq 2.0, and Donald Trump is still deciding to use those as a talking point and lead us to a war. That's what's analogous. It's not a pivot, man.
So do they have better intelligence than the United States?
I would argue in some instances, yes.
In some instances, yes.
Yeah.
And how do they have access and emplacement?
One more time.
How do they have access and emplacement? How are they in there
Access-
and investigating? Access and
The same
emplacement,
way
meaning being
this-
able.
No, I know. I was just repeating what you said. The same way that they did with Iraq. They just it's an international community, and Iraq and Iran cooperated.
So
They get
Iran
access
let them
from those
into.
countries.
Iran let them go ahead and investigate the nuclear capabilities.
Yes.
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 Is that what
During
the
the
report said?
JCPOA, yes. During the JCPOA,
Yeah?
yes. Yes.
I'll
That is
Google
what
it.
the JCPOA did. Yes.
I'm pretty sure they didn't.
No, they
but,
did.
I mean,
They did. They let
All right.
they let us go into Iran and see if they were violating the JCPOA. They let us. That's why they
we'll
didn't
look it
build
up.
nuclear bombs.
Let's look it up.
Go for it, man.
No, go ahead and look it up and
You
read
want
it.
me to look it up?
Yeah, look it up and then read it to your audience.
What do
Because
you
you're
want-
wrong.
What do you want me to look up? If I'm wrong, prove me wrong by bringing me a source. What?
Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. Go ahead and look up JCPOA wasn't able to investigate Iran's nuclear capability. Simple. It's a quick Google. And how many times they defied the international community from investigating their nuclear capability. And why did they?
Hold on, and I quote: "The JCPOA wasn't able to investigate Iran's capabilities, nuclear capabilities."
Yeah, go ahead. Just hit search. So-
what do you want me to do?
Just hit search and
What
see, read
what source?
anything you find. What does the AI machine tell you?
Yeah. Central for Arms Control and Center for Arms and Control says that I'm right.
What does it say?
Let's see.
So you haven't read it, but you said that
This
you read it.
agreement prevents the United States from pushing Iran for future violations. Iran will be allowed to allow inspections. In 2015, the Associated Press incorrectly reported that a leaked draft of the argument between the IAEA will use its own inspectors. That was wrong. The Director General Yukiya Armano refuted the claim by saying that it was other inspectors.
That's a lot of pretzel. That's a lot of pretzels, huh?
I'm skimming through it.
No, I'm saying like you don't even know if they were able to investigate.
No, they
'cause
were.
They don't know.
They were. I'm providing you a source. The JCPOA, paragraph 26 of the JCPOA states that Iran will treat the imposition of nuclear-related sanctions as going to terminate the implementation, which is how we got out of the deal.
The JCPOA was just an agreement. That doesn't mean just because they say they will doesn't mean they did it. You understand that, right?
There's no evidence to prove that they didn't. Provide evidence. Go ahead.
Well, you don't have any evidence that they didn't.
I can't prove a negative. I can't prove something they didn't
No
do.
shit, because you were not
No
read
shit,
on.
yeah.
No shit, because you don't have the top
'Cause
secret
I can't prove a
clearance.
negative. That's impossible. That's
Because you
illogical.
don't
That's
have
a
top
contradiction.
secret clearance to understand what's really going on. You're just going off
And
public
then
information.
Alexander Hamilton Society as well.
Who are they? Are they a government organization?
Are they a government organization? Let's take a look who they are.
No, they're a nonprofit.
How do you know that? Do you know who they are?
Because they're not a government organization. They don't fall under the executive or the legislative or the judicial. So who the fuck cares what they say?
So the point is here, there's no evidence that they violated the agreement.
And there's no evidence that they haven't. They did.
Because
So
that's
what's your
you can't
point?
hold on. That's dishonest, and you know that's dishonest.
You're
because
being
you cannot prove a
dishonest.
negative. You can
Do you
agree,
have
cannot prove a
intelligence
negative.
otherwise? Do you have intelligence otherwise?
Yes, the IAEA.
That's not intelligence.
Yes, it is.
But you trust another organization more than your government.
International communities, yes. Yes, I trust international communities more than my government after what happened in Iraq. Yes, absolutely. The international
trust-
community was right then, and they're right now. Yes, absolutely.
So does that organization secure
nuclear capabilities?
Yeah, but I'm saying you trust an organization more than your own government, but your
Yes,
government's
when
the
it
one
comes
that's
to this, when it comes to
When it
this
comes to
specific
this.
issue, you're trying to say I trust an
But you trust them
international
with your
community
civil
overall.
rights.
What?
But you trust them with your civil rights.
My government? I don't. Right now, I don't trust my government with my civil rights either.
Why not?
Donald Trump is leading us to an illiberal democracy. He's violating civil rights, violating the Constitution.
Whose civil rights did he violate?
Do you understand what civil rights are?
Yeah, but whose civil rights did he violate?
Do you understand what are civil rights?
Yeah, I understand what civil rights are, but you're making a claim he violated civil rights, which are what exactly?
Yeah, you can take a look at discrimination.
Discrimination against. Well, he ended
Against a
his
specific race.
So the Supreme Court ended discrimination, did they not?
No, Donald Trump. The Supreme Court upheld discrimination.
How
by
so?
allowing ICE agents to pull someone over based on the color of their skin or where they're coming from or the language that they speak. That was upheld by the Supreme Court.
Okay. So what?
That's a violation of civil rights.
But the court sided with the Trump administration, didn't they?
It's a violation of civil rights, though. You can agree, right? That's why I asked you if you know what civil rights are.
How is it a violation of
Clearly
civil
don't.
rights?
The point is they're violating civil rights.
How?
I
How
asked
are
if
they
you
violating?
understand what civil rights are.
How are they violating civil
You can
rights?
agree discrimination and on the basis of race is a violation of civil rights. Yes.
So you're saying what?
I'm
They're only
asking-
deporting a certain color of people?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm asking you:
Okay.
is discrimination based on a certain race? Is that a violation of civil rights or liberty?
So are you saying illegal immigrants
It's just
are
a
only?
yes or no. Why are you asking me a question?
No.
It's just a yes or no.
No. Then he's not
Hold on.
violating civil rights.
Discrimination based on race is not a violation of civil rights.
Yeah, but that's not what he's doing.
But is it a violation of civil rights?
Yeah, it's a violation of civil rights, but that's
ICE
not what
is
he's doing.
allowed to pull people over and question them and detain them based on the color of their skin and where they're coming from. Therefore, what ICE is doing is a violation of civil rights.
So they're not. So you're saying illegal immigrants are only brown? Is that what you're saying?
First, you said that I think the international community is better than the American government. That's a dishonest claim. Then you said I think only undocumented immigrants are brown. No, that is not what I'm saying. Why are you being disingenuous, dude?
Okay, so are there other races, other illegal immigrants are a different race?
Yes.
Like white?
Sure.
Okay. Black?
Sure.
Brown? Yellow?
Right. Yeah. Orange, like Donald.
Orange.
Yeah, sure. What's your point?
Yeah.
The point
Okay,
is here. The point
so
is
are they
here. My point
discriminating?
still stands. ICE can still question or detain someone based on the color of their skin. It doesn't matter the color, but they can still do that. That is a violation of civil rights.
But they're not doing that. So what's your point?
They are. The Supreme Court upheld this. Also, he's violating the Constitution.
So when your demographics of arrests and deportations are higher in a certain category, that's racist?
It's racist to profile people and discriminate against a certain race.
Yeah. Like just
That's
giving,
racist.
just like redistricting an all-black district. That's racist.
That's okay, buddy. Oh my God. Holy pivot. First off. Second off, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I'm breaking your head. You're thinking, huh?
No, you are just dense.
I know, it's a
you are
thing.
dense. You can't address
Welcome to
anything
it.
I'm saying. You
You're
haven't
welcome
addressed
to-
a single thing I've said throughout this live stream. You've misinterpreted everything I said. I said that in this instance, the international community is better. And then you said, okay, you think the international community is better than your government. And then I said, ICE is violating civil rights by profiling people based on the color of their skin. And then you're saying all undocumented immigrants are people of color. That's not what I'm saying. Stop misrepresenting what I'm saying, misinterpreting what I'm saying, and stick to the topic of conversation.
Okay, so
We can talk about Tennessee. And
So
yes,
illegal-
to the Supreme Court gutted the Voting Rights Act. Absolutely.
Holy
But
shit,
let's stick on the
pivot.
topic of the conversation.
Okay, so are illegal immigrants a diverse community?
Yes.
To include white people?
Yes.
Okay, so then how are they racially profiling people?
Because they can pull people over based on the color of their skin.
So they could pull over people for being white.
Based on the color of their skin.
So being
They
white
can
is
people pull, let me give you a statistic.
I don't need your statistic. I just need you to tell me what the law says. And the law says it doesn't matter what color your skin you are, you're going to get pulled over for breaking a crime or breaking a law. Yes
But
or
they're
no?
profiling people. Do
They're
you
profiling
know
people?
what the veil of darkness
Okay.
is?
No.
The veil of darkness is a method to analyze racial discrimination within police districts, right? And it was
Okay.
found that during the day, overwhelmingly, people of color, black people, were pulled over. But at night, when police officers couldn't see anything, people of color were not pulled over to the extent that they were during the day. Right? And millions of people were in this, I guess, social experiment, for lack of better words. Millions, 80 million people.
So
80 million people.
What were the variables?
Over across the different country. One more time.
So what are the variables in this community?
Yeah. No, it's not just one specific community. Across the country. And the
Okay.
variables is people getting pulled over during the day and people getting pulled over during the when officers can't see. When officers could see the color of the skin color of someone, they got pulled over for simply being a person of color, right?
So they
But at night, when officers couldn't see, people of color weren't getting pulled over to the same extent.
So did the
It's a Stanford study. You should search it up. Veil of darkness.
Okay, so did the study analyze if there was more deputies or police officers during the daytime versus at night?
Yes, they analyzed everything, all of that. It
Well,
was
so what was the
95 million traffic stops with 21 state patrol agencies and 35 municipal police forces from 2011 to 2018. They analyzed all of that. It is the best argument that I could give here for you. So yes, when you say they could have gone after what? Yes, but the veil of darkness is evidence that they
What year
go
was
after
this?
people of color. 2011 to 2018, 21 state patrol agencies and 35 municipal police forces with 95 million traffic stops.
Okay,
It's the
so
best evidence that I could defute your argument with.
which is what? So those are local cops, right?
Across the different country, yes. But the point is here,
Did they incorporate
they're
federal
not going to be
cops?
pull over the what I'm saying, that they could pull over people based on their color of their skin. That implies that they're that they're black or brown, right? That's what I'm referencing when I'm talking about. Yes,
Okay. So what?
immigrants can be white. Yes, I'm not denying that.
So,
But
so what does that?
overwhelmingly, people of color, black or brown people, are going to be pulled over
So what does that have to do with federal immigration, though?
because this is talking about ICE. Black and
You were
brown
talking
people
about
are
ICE, or
overwhelmingly
was it
gonna be
talking
pulled
about
over.
local? You said it was talking
I'm
about
giving
local
you an
cops.
analogy. You
No,
said white
analogies
people.
are
White
not
people could
realistic.
also. You said white people could also be pulled over because
Yeah.
their skin color is white. What I'm arguing here is yes, they are white, but like we see in the Veil of Darkness, or the holy shit, the Veil of Veil of Darkness, right? The Veil of fucking where's the name? The Veil of Darkness. Yes, the Veil of Darkness. As we can see, officers tend to go after black and brown people. That's what we notice.
Okay, is it? Did they also include in the variable that if the community was dominant black or brown?
Yes, the specific time of day as well. Whether it be
Okay.
around 7 p.m. or
So
7
there's a
a.m.
lot.
The
So
specific
there's a lot of
community.
variables. So
Right.
what?
All the
Okay.
variables were counted in the fact, and at the end of all these variables counted in, it was deemed that this Veil of Darkness meant that officers were targeting people of color, such as black or brown people, during the day, and when they couldn't see people's skin color, they wouldn't pull black or brown people to the same extent, including all the variables that you mentioned. So yes.
Yeah. So is there heavier traffic at night or lighter traffic at night?
I like I said, if you want to look into the specific documented cases of Veil of
I
Darkness,
mean, you brought
can
up the
take a
study,
look
so
at it.
you should. I mean, if you're using it as a reference for your point, you should kind of know these questions, right?
You want me to know every single point of the study?
Well, I mean, you're using it as to make it a point, but I'm poking
My
holes in your
point
study.
still stands. Hold on. Or what are you
Does it?
disagreeing with the Veil of Darkness? What are you disagreeing with?
That is not taking a lot of factors into account as far as
What
area,
factors?
time of traffic.
It was all
the
across
amount
the
of
country.
traffic.
It was all across the
It's
country,
it's
and it was
across-
the time, right?
You know how analyzed data works?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and then it's not the way you're explaining it to me.
It can also be per capita as well, buddy.
Per capita,
95
yeah.
million
Yeah.
people. 95 million people.
Different variables, different time, different traffic flow. Of course, they're going
Yes,
to pull less
different
people.
times. Yes,
How-
different times.
How
yes.
ignorant are you to not think that at night there's less traffic?
But at night, when people got pulled over, it wasn't people of color compared to during the day when people got pulled over. It was a majority people of color.
This because it doesn't have its proper resources in regards to, hey, we measured this in the amount of
It
traffic.
does. The
out of
Stanford
100
report. Listen,
cars
man. I'll
at
leave
night,
you. Listen,
we only
man.
pulled so many over. at
Listen, man.
best.
I'll leave you with this. The Stanford report. Veil of Darkness. Thank you so much for the rose. Listen, man. Veil of Darkness. That's what I gotta put you with. YouTube. I'm gonna end the stream here. TikTok. I've been on for 2 hours. I'm fucking starving. I have not eaten all day. Today was an insane day for debates. Go to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna be I post a video of specific debates where we just do debates, and you don't have to watch all this in between stuff. It's like 30 minutes long typically. I post a video every 8 hours. Check out my link tree in the bio. You can find my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Substack. You can find all of that, as well as my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App if you guys want to support. I'm gonna go have dinner. I will be back. It is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. I will be back in an hour. So at 7, I'll be back at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Make sure to hit that follow button. I will be back in roughly an hour and 26